Hey, we know it can be frustrating to find accurate wiring and compatibility information online. You've tried Google and you get conflicting information, or worse, you order the recommended parts and they don't fit. You've searched the forums and can't find information specific to your model or year. AutoHarnessHouse.com has solved this problem. Check out our vehicle wiring and compatibility database for professionally verified wiring information, including connector pinouts, pictures, steering wheel control wiring information, dash kit compatibility, and links to all the parts you'll need to install your head unit successfully the first time. Visit AutoHarnessHouse.com/mycar to download vehicle-specific information for your car. This tool will give you the information you need for your specific version of your specific model. Okay, so today we're going to be installing a front camera on my 2013 Subaru BRZ. And so I'm going to be demonstrating how to do the install of the camera itself and how to run the wire through the firewall. But to display the camera on the OEM head unit, we're going to be using the Subaru FRAC Adapter that we sell at AutoHarnessHouse.com. And so this is just a demonstration of that adapter. I just wanted to show you what we're putting in and what we're using. Since the 2013 Subaru BRZ doesn't have a backup camera, FRAC Adapter has an input for both the front and the rear backup cameras, and so we'll have the ability to connect both the front camera and the rear camera, and then we'll have a switch that will give us on-demand for both front and rear camera views, and so we'll be able to see the camera without shifting the car into reverse, and then it'll use the OEM head unit to display the backup camera. We also have installed this in a 2018 Forester, so I'll show you pictures of that. The 2018 Forester has a backup camera already, and so we'll only have one open RCA connector on the FRAC board because the OEM camera will connect to the other one, and then you'll have the same functionality in that case where you can shift it into the front camera or the reverse camera and show the image on demand. We build this adapter for basically every Subaru from around 2012 up to the newest cars, the 2021s or 22s, as long as they have a video navigation screen. Obviously you can't display a backup camera on a OEM head unit that doesn't have the screen. And we can also build these for other models. You might just have to ask us for them. We have most of them listed on the website, but if you need it for a different model or a different make of car, then just let us know and we can put together something for you that'll make it work. Alright, so I've already got the camera mounted and I ran it to this FRAC adapter just to test it. Just to show you where the camera is mounted. It's up underneath the grill here. There's a brace that goes right in front of the radiator support. That's where I've mounted mine. It's not really the best place to put it. You can see the picture that it shows. It's not the cleanest picture, but it does work for parking, and so that's all I really need it for. So the first thing we're going to do is cut this excessively long camera wire and just cut it short enough so that we can feed the wire through the firewall without having to have a hole big enough for the connectors. Okay, so here in the car this is the cable for the backup camera that I've routed back here, and then the hole in the firewall that I drilled is right there. It's right next to this wiring loom here. You want to be very careful if you drill a hole here because you don't want to hit the wiring loom with the drill. You'll have a world of problems if you drill through that. But there's a good spot on the other side that I can get to get the other side of the wire, but that hole is kind of sharp. And so what I've done is I've taken electrical tape and I've wrapped it on this wire here, and I've increased the wrap as I get further and further down to kind of make it cone out a little bit so that it'll be a little thicker here. And the idea is you don't want that wire moving around too much as you get it into the hole. You'd like to kind of stay stationary where it is. You can also take a file to the hole. That helps some too, although it's not very easy to get to the other side of the hole, and so I don't know if I can do that. But basically what we're going to do here is we're going to route the wire into that hole, and then it's going to stop before it gets to the end of the electrical tape here, and hopefully that will keep the wire pretty stationary in the hole. Alright, so here's the two wires we have. We have this one that's coming from the camera on the front of the car, and then this one is the one we just cut that goes back to the FRAC adapter that we've installed back in the back of the head unit. And so now we just want to connect these two, and we'll leave ourselves some slack because it's easier to wire it out here, and we can just kind of wrap it up and stick it in the back. But I'm going to cut these wires a bit shorter because we don't need quite this much slack. So first thing we'll do, snip these off. Okay, and that leaves us those two wires, and then we're just going to splice these together color for color. Now I noticed when I stripped these back before that this wire is not a shielded camera wire, which I thought it was, but I guess it's just a cheap backup camera wire and they don't shield them. And so basically what we've got here now is these three wires. One will be for the power that goes to the camera, and then the other two will be a video plus, video minus, or video shield as it's normally called, even though it's not shielded. So anyway, we're gonna strip these off and and then splice them together. Okay, we're just gonna solder, wrap these up so that they're all going color for color, red to red, yellow to yellow, and black to black. And also, I put heat shrink on them. If you don't have heat shrink, you can obviously use electrical tape, but you just want to make sure that the wires don't touch each other once you get them soldered together. I'll probably wrap the connections in electrical tape once I get done soldering them, just because it just keeps it protected a little bit. You just don't want it to end up touching or anything like that. And so that's what I'm planning to do. Just being really careful not to touch the soldering iron to anything that I don't want to solder. Alright, and then before we button this up, I think I'm going to test it and make sure that everything is working right. Alright, so we're just testing this, and I'll put it into the front camera. There it is. These FRAC adapters will show the parking lines even for the front camera, just because they're added by the head unit. And that's true in most cases. On some newer Subaru head units, that's not the case. Alright.
I hope you enjoyed watching the video. You can go to our website at autoharnesshouse.com or email us at inquiry@autoharnesshouse.com if you have any questions. We'd be happy to provide support, and we have plug-and-play adapters for most Subarus and Toyotas. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.